What's up, everybody? My name is Barrett, and today I'm back at it again with another NBA playoff discussion. We're going to go over the 3 games from May 1st, all the playoff games, all the craziness I saw from yesterday. It was a crazy day of hoops and crazy day of hockey. Shout out to the Sabres. Without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the first game on the agenda, the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. I got a lot to say about the Magic, man. Boy, oh boy. Magic up 22 at the half. They were cooking. Paulo was not really doing much, but you'll see later on. I don't know. The Pistons were staking it up in the first half. It looked like it was over. But, you know how playoff basketball goes. Nothing is ever safe. And neither is the city of Orlando after this performance that they just put up in the fourth quarter. In the second half overall, the Orlando Magic in the second half shot 4 for 37 from the field. I'm not joking. That's all field goal attempts, by the way. 4 for 37. They made 4 field goals. 4 in an entire half. Disgraceful, I know, bro. I got no words. I have no words. Every time I heard Desmond Bane for 3, Paulo Banchero for 3, I'm ducking down. I thought it was World War III all over again. It was just the Magic clanking off the rim every single time they shot the ball. 23 straight attempts without a make. 23 straight missed field goals. 23. I know words. And obviously, you know, the Pistons locked in, saw, oh yeah, they ain't trying to play basketball? Alright, let's lock in, you know? We ain't trying to go home early. In the second half, I'm checking this right now, the Pistons outscored the Magic 55-19. 55-19 in the second half. Magic, like I said, they led this game. They were up by 22 at halftime. They led this game by as much as 24. And then just forgot how to play basketball. I don't know. They must have got hit. I don't know. They must have run out of MJ's secret stuff in the first half. And the Pistons go on to win 93-79. Overcoming not quite a 3-1 deficit, but they get to Game 7. And I ain't gonna lie, I have them win the series. I already had them win earlier, but I didn't think they would actually go down 3-1. Now that I see the Magic with this type of god-awful performance, I have to go with the Pistons to win the series. Like, how do you come back from this as a Magic player just clanking this many times back to back? I can't see it. I can't see them winning it, bro. Hey, prove me wrong, Orlando, but until you figure out how to make a shot, I can't pick you, gang. Hey, Pistons, hey, they fought back. They didn't shoot the ball tremendously well, but, I mean, they really just got lucky the fact that the Magic just kept clanking. But, hey, they fought back. They took care of their business. They forced Game 7. Cade Cunningham dropping 32. Tobias Harris wasn't quite efficient, but he still scored 22. Duncan Robinson had 14. He was knocking down some huge threes in that third quarter. He was cooking. We all love Duncan Robinson over here. So didn't really play that great in this game. Did have 4 blocks, though. Jalen Duren. I still need to see Jalen Duren play the basketball. He still only had 8 points, but you don't really need to do too much when, you know, the Magic are out here clanking 79 points. And mainly Paulo Banchero, man. I just don't get this dude. Like, one game he goes for 40, dueling with Cade. And the next game, he shoots 4 of 20 and 0 of 9 from 3. Scores 17. Desmond Bane doesn't do enough. Only shot 7 of 18 from the field. Jalen Suggs, 1 of 10. Jalen Suggs, I heard, again, just throwing straight bombs off the rim. I'm ducking down for cover. So, Game 7, I guess, Game 7, once again, I've repeated it like 17 times. I don't know what to think, bro. There's so many crazy playoff games and so much craziness. The Magic, y'all gotta get it together, bro. Y'all gotta get it together. This is a disgrace. A disgrace, man. They're getting hit with the 2003 curse. If you do remember, back in 2003, the Magic were an 8 seed. They played against the number 1 seed, the Pistons. They went up 3-1 like they did in this series. And there was the infamous quotes from Magic great Tracy McGrady. He said, "It feels good to be in the second round." They would go on to lose that series in 7 games. And by the way, who was that team coached by? Doc Rivers. How is he a Hall of Famer? Anyway, enough Magic slander. Let's go on to the 6th. The Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. This was a great game, man. And back and forth. Raptors did have, I think, around a 15-point lead in the third quarter. You're thinking, okay, Raptors going to force Game 7 pretty easily. But the Cavs kept fighting back. Raptors were missing their shots. Donovan Mitchell started getting going. He wasn't really playing good in the first half. James Harden started penetrating. Pause. And they eventually took the lead. But, of course, the Raptors will fight back. Scottie Barnes continuing to be just one of the best players in this playoffs. I love Scottie Barnes, man. One of my favorite players to watch. Anytime they need him to step up, he would. They go 2 with 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Evan Mobley, though, would tie the game up on a nice layup as he got around Colin Murray-Bros, if I'm not mistaken. And sending the game into overtime. However, the Cavs would have to take a 1-point lead with about 15 seconds to go. Dennis Schroeder dribbling the ball up. But he throws it to Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley gets stripped by Colin Murray-Bros, giving the Raptors another chance at life. You already know what happens. Scottie Barnes gets into the paint, kicks it out. RJ Barrett shoots a 3, hits the back rim, and falls through, giving the Raptors a 112-110 lead. They will not relinquish it for the last 1.2 seconds. Evan Mobley would miss the 3 to take the lead. And the Raptors force Game 7 after being down 2-0 at one point in the series and being down 3 games to 2-1 point in the series. They're just scrappy, man. Scrappy, physical. Jamal Shead had some really nice plays. I know he missed the game-winning shot, but he had some really nice plays just defensively, being a pest. Love me some Jamal Shead. And like I said, Scottie Barnes. Anytime the Raptors needed a big play out of him, anytime they need him to put the team on his back, he would. He played all 48 minutes in this game. Put it on the line for Toronto. Put it on the line for Canada, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Canadians. I'm telling you, the Raptors are just one of those teams you can never count them out. No matter what the score is, they're always going to be there. And they forced Game 7. Like I said, Scottie Barnes, let me go and make sure I check the stats correctly. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists, nasty double-double. Jacoby Walter stepping up big, played 43 minutes, dropped 24 points. Shout out to him. He had some really nice plays. Had a nice little reverse layup on the baseline. RJ Barrett, obviously, you already know he knocked on the huge 3 to give them the win. Again, shades of Kawhi Leonard, shades of Tyrese Halliburton. And also just kind of cool for him because he is a Canadian native, so makes it even more sweeter. Another guy, a main guy I want to shout out, Colin Murray-Bros, man. CMB, he was cooking in this game. He was getting physical, he was getting down low, grabbing boards, making big tempos. Obviously, had the big strip on Evan Mobley to keep them in the game. And obviously out the RJ Barrett 3. Just a rookie, by the way. Right out of South Carolina. First round pick. Playing some great basketball. Please give him more minutes. Just continue to start him. It's just a great player. Great young player. Raptors got a young star in their hands. And they forced Game 7. James Harden really didn't shoot the ball well. He did have 16 points, but only shot, 5 of 14 from the field. Donovan Mitchell really struggled from downtown. He had 24, but 2 of 10 from downtown, 11-26 overall from the field. Definitely picked up in the fourth quarter and overtime, but just didn't quite do enough. And that's going to cost you, especially in this series, with the Raptors being, as physical and pesky as they are. Again, with Cleveland, this will be an embarrassing defeat if you go out to such a young Raptors team who, again, doesn't have Brandon Ingram, doesn't have Emmanuel Quickly. You have the advantage up front, and you simply cannot get it done. So, gotta be better. You gotta lock in for Game 7. A team that will not be locking in for Game 7 or any game the rest of this playoffs is the Houston Rockets. And I'm so glad they're eliminated. They have been one of the most frustrating and just insufferable teams to watch this year because they're just so garbage, man. They're so garbage. They're just so unprepared for every game. Like, how do you go down 3-0 to a Lakers team that does not have Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves, dog? I just don't understand. Like I said, they're just so unprepared. They're just so unserious. They're not disciplined. They're just not locked in playoff basketball. And that starts firmly with Ime Udoka, who I just don't like. I don't like his face. I like to think about him. I don't like the way he talks. I mean, he called LeBron, so he called Bronny a B word. You already know. I'm a ride for my GOAT, man. That's my GOAT. You don't ever call nobody's son a B word. He's just corny, man. He just tries to sell this tough guy act, but he ain't about it, bro. Like if you want to back up your words, you actually gotta win games. You can't go around 3-0 to a Lakers team that does not have Austin Reeves or Luka Doncic. They were in street clothes. Now, obviously, Austin came back. But Luke is in street clothes. How are you down 3-0? And obviously, they won the 2 games, but come on now. You shouldn't have even been in that situation in the first place. And obviously, in Game 6, their abysmal offense caught up to them. They can't create anything in the rim. They don't have a real ball handler. They just don't have anything of a championship team. They're just, like I said, they're badly coached. And that's not for UDOKA. He's very stubborn when it comes to making adjustments. He's not a guy that makes adjustments. And in the playoffs, especially in these high frequency situations, these high level situations, you have to be able to make adjustments in these games. You can't go out there and just play the same strategy. It's not going to work against a guy like JJ Redick. That's why I think JJ Redick is so much farther ahead than Ime Udoka, which is crazy to think he's only been a coach for 2 seasons? And he's already so much farther ahead than Ime Udoka is, because JJ Redick, he's had to navigate around not having Luka, like I said, not having Austin Reeves, and he's maximizing the potential of role players like Marcus Smart, like Rui Hachimura, like Luke Kennard, who was killing it back in Game 1. Like, he maximized the potential of these guys, and his defensive strategies are great. Everything he does overall is miles and leaps and bounds ahead of what Ime Udoka does, and that's why the Lakers won the series. Good coaching, discipline. What the Rockets just don't teach. And it's frustrating because this team has potential in Houston. They just don't get it. I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, they didn't have KD. Oh, they didn't have this. I don't give a you know what, bro. I don't care. I don't care they had KD. They had KD in Game 2. What happened then? He turned the ball over 9 times. When he was getting double teamed, they didn't make any adjustments to get around the double teams. You had your chance. You blew it. You blew it. And I also got to talk about one other guy, Alfred Sengun. Before y'all come after me, I think the dude's heavily, and I mean heavily, overrated. I just don't see him as an all-star. I just don't see it. Because when I'm watching these games, he doesn't bring an impact. Again, the dude cannot finish at the rim. He misses so many layups. He's got 0 touch around the rim. He's not smooth. It's like every time he drives to, like he uses his left hand, he just throws it up there, just praying to God it goes in. That's just not good for a guy that's supposed to be an all-star. Like, you're supposed to be the main man. When KD is out, you're supposed to be the main man they can go to when the game is on the line. And in Game 4, you hit the side of the backboard for a chance to win the game. Way off! Hits the side of the backboard. Like, come on. I ain't gonna lie, KD may or may not have been right in what he said in them files. Especially about Jabari Smith, because Jabari Smith played like garbage in this game. Shot 3 of 11. Just checking the stats right now. Tari Eason was also awful, but I can't really expect much from a guy who could not hit a shot to save his life for a whole month. Like, I think he went 0 for 34 from 3 for a whole month. That's atrocious. Again, Jabari Smith, 3 of 11 from the field. Reed Shepherd, he already got cursed in Game 4 with just getting stripped by 41-year-old LeBron James. And he shot 4 of 19 this game. I don't really have much to say about Reed Shepherd, man. I think the guy's a bust. Like, no disrespect towards Reed Shepherd. I really liked him coming out of Kentucky, but just has been a massive, massive disappointment, and it's frustrating. Also, this Rockets bench is just also awful. Got Josh Okogie, got Aaron Holiday, Jayshawn Tate. Their bench sucks. Their bench absolutely stinks, and again, that's what the Rockets construction, that's what the coaching. The Rockets overall as an organization just stink right now, man. It's just, ugh. Just like that the leftovers that you leave in the fridge for too long. And it's got the worst stench of all time. That's what the Rockets feel like. But enough about them. The Lakers, you already know. LeBron James locked in, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, efficient shooting. Rui was killing him out there. He was knocking down huge threes. He had 5 threes, had 21 points. Really proud of Rui. Like I said, that's with good coaching. You're able to maximize these role players' potential and get the most out of guys like Rui, like I said, Marcus Smart. And even DeAndre Ayton had a good game. He was playing like Clint Capella. Like, all we ask from you, DA, is just to grab a couple of rebounds, play solid defense, and set screens. That's all we ask from you. You don't have to play like a superstar. Just grab rebounds for the Lakers. They don't have that true center. You got to be that true guy, and he had a great game in this game. A solid game for his standards. 7 points, not great, but he did have 16 rebounds. Gotta respect it. Shout out DA, man. Shout out DA. Hey, Austin Reeves had 15 points. He's still trying to get back to swing things. He had a solid game overall. I think he'll step it up a lot more in the OKC series. The only bad thing coming out of this game for the Lakers is the fact that Lucas still is not in playing condition. What I'm hearing, he's not even running yet, so we'll have to monitor that situation very closely throughout the next couple of days as they are going to go take on the OKC Thunder. That's going to be a tough series overall. I'm just done with the Rockets. I'm going to have a longer form video out on them pretty soon, just talking about their season and the disappointment that it was. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's all I got to say, man. Another crazy day in the NBA. I'm finna go watch the Celtics and the Sixers. They just tipped off. I gotta go see if the Celtics might blow a 3-1 lead like the Orlando Magic. It's crazy in the NBA. But that's all I got for y'all today. And yeah, that's all I got, man. God bless y'all. Tell somebody you love them, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.